So I said I would put together a series of videos for you guys to help you get a better idea of how to tackle this assignment. I know a lot of you guys are struggling with it, so hopefully this will help you guys get a clearer perspective on what I'm expecting from you guys. The first thing is I'm going to start with the first section of the assignment, which is making sure we can remove a lot of these marks. So some of you guys already have this, some of you guys don't, some of you guys are still struggling. I won't go too in depth into this section because my assumption is a lot of you guys already have it. I've seen a lot of the images, they're pretty clear, or they're getting to that point. And again, it's just dealing with the basic tools that we're going to use to accomplish the overall goal of creating a clean image to be able to eventually do a full-on grayscale, a full-on dual tone, and a full-on color image. Now, the grayscale portion of it we can do now. By now, meaning before we start doing all this cleaning, we can balance this out, set it to a grayscale, move on to cleaning it up. So the first thing I'm going to do is zoom out. So I'm going to use my magnifying glass. I zoomed in, but I'm going to zoom back out to show you guys what I want you guys to accomplish for me. So there's my image. What I want to do is make sure that I'm working with a copy of my image. Now it's going to grayscale both, but that's fine. The reason we're creating a copy is that just in case. So you do have a copy saved. We can always save this under a different name. That'll work as well. But I just use this just as a quick safeguard. So I'll create a copy of it. This one's locked. This one's active. And then I go under image, mode, and then I just grayscale it. Then it'll ask me, hey, do you want to flatten the information? The reason it's asking me is because I have two layers here. The one that's locked, the one that's unlocked. So I'm going to go don't flatten and discard, which is going to discard all of the color information. Once that's complete, what we want to do is to level this out. Two ways we can do this, okay? The easy way for you guys would be Command L. When you go Command L, your levels panel is going to show up. You'll have three different levels to work with. You'll have your darks, your midtones, and your light tones. You want to grab your dark tones, drag them in. Make sure that you go just to the edge of that point or of that first peak. You don't want to push it too far in. See, we push it too far in, then you'll start getting either a burnt image or we won't recognize the image at some point because it'll be so dark. So just at that edge of that first peak, play with it. Maybe you don't want it so dark. Maybe you want it darker. The main objective here is to get all of your shadows and highlights to pop, right? So it's just like if you were adjusting brightness and contrast to get your photograph to have some of the areas pop out and some of the areas to recede. It's to create depth in your composition. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I go to the edge, set it, and okay. Excuse me. All right, so now that we have this set, what we want to do is save this image, right? So we want to go File, Save As. Anything that you save in Photoshop, it's always going to be File, Save As, unless if it's already saved, and then you can go just Save. I'm going to look for my folder. I'm going to go Desktop and Photo Restore, and then I'm going to go under my formats, choose JPEG, change the extension or the name of this file, and I'm going to change this into Photo Restore Damaged, and then set it. So this is the first out of the 4 images that I'm going to ask you guys to please put together for me, okay? When you save a JPEG, it's always going to pull up a secondary panel or menu that's going to ask you, hey, what type of quality do you want? Do you want something that's a small file that maybe you can share with people and not run into issues of it being too large? Do you want something that's medium or something that's large? It's going to display the full capacity of that JPEG image. So we're going to go large because we're going to be sharing in class, and the file should be small enough to still be able to be shared within our classroom. So we're going to go maximum 12, okay? So that's image 1, okay? So that was your first step, right? Nice and simple, nothing too complicated. All we did was grayscale it, balance it out, and we're done. So I'm going to stop here and then do another video where I'm going to give you guys an idea of how to start fixing it, and then how to start doing the dual tone and excuse me, the colored representation of the image. But if we chunk this off into smaller sections, then it'll be easier for you guys to grasp